You're listening to Well and Worthy Life, the podcast that helps midlife women feel better, look better, and live better. I'm your host, Deanna, menopause wellness coach turned to lifestyle creator, and I'm here to give you all of my tips, tools, and real talk you need to thrive in this second half of life. Hey guys, welcome back to the Well and Worthy Life podcast. I'm so excited that you are here today, and joining me is Melanie. Melanie's been on the podcast before. You may remember Mel's Healthy Meals. We've done a program together and we always have so much fun together. So today we're going to be talking all about peptides, aren't we, Melanie? Our new love.
Our favorite subject, one of my favorite subjects.
I know we have so many favorite subjects, but this has been new to us in the last year and actually I've been doing peptides for a long time. We talked about this, but doing different types of peptides other than these bioactive peptides. So I felt like we really need to do a podcast on this because we've talked about eating healthy and sleep and all the things. And I think that you can still do all of those things and still need some support through other measures. But you have to do the basics first, right, Melanie?
I couldn't agree more. I was doing everything right. Mm-hmm. I mean, I really have worked hard in the last, I'd say, 8 years, really dialing in, getting my hormones balanced, working on my nutrition, getting my exercise where I need to be, my steps. And, all of those were working, but this just gives you a little more. It just enhances what you're already doing. Right. And I'm honestly blown away at how good I feel. That's why I'm so excited to share with your audience what they've done for me.
Yeah, it's funny because I was the one that introduced you to these bioactive peptides. And when I found out about these, I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a game changer because I had been doing peptides, injectable peptides, the synthetic peptides, Imperalin and CJC, some of those to help with muscle and all the things that happen as we go through perimenopause and menopause. We start losing the ability to build, not losing the ability to build muscle, but it's harder to build muscle. And we're losing muscle very quickly, especially if we're not working on it. So I had been introduced to those through my functional doctor. And so I had started doing some of those things. But to be honest with you, the thing I didn't like about those, number one, it's a shot you have to give yourself, which it really doesn't hurt, but it's just annoying. You feel like a pincushion after a while. You have to get them through a doctor. Well, now you can get them other ways, but I would only get them through a doctor if you were actually getting those synthetic peptides. And there is a place for some of those, for sure, but you have to use them where you use them for a while, then you go off of them for a while, and you really have to have a doctor helping you through that. Whereas when I found out about these bioactive peptides, I was like, oh my goodness, this could be a game changer, right? I mean, because you take them orally, so that's easy. And then it's for longevity. It's not like 5 days here, 2 days off, 3 days, like trying to keep track.
It's so easy. It's what? Drinking a drink.
Exactly.
Taking, we'll go over
a capsule and stuff like that.
Capsules that we take.
Yeah. But let's talk about, so when I first said to you, hey, Melanie, you should look at these peptides, what'd you think? What were your first initial?
Well, just you hear about peptides and everybody's taking peptides. And, I guess the FOMO, well, what are you doing? What's better, right? Because health and wellness is always evolving and changing. It's keto, it's paleo, it's this and this and this. And I will go down rabbit holes to research, hey, is that better? Do I need to be doing that? Because longevity, I want to be in the gym working out, being strong. I want to feel my best, right? So I didn't want to miss out. So when you said, we need to investigate this, I thought, okay, so you sent me a 2-sentence text. Or maybe one sentence. Check this out. This could be big. And my husband, John, was out of town that weekend. And I honestly started watching the videos, watching Alan Jones, the biochemist, just listening to all the things, and it sounded sustainable, easy, and why not? Because they're all natural.
And
So,
sustainable. That's what you and I always are looking for, right? Something that's sustainable. Hello.
sustainable. Sustainable. So I thought, why not try it? Why not? What do you have to lose? Nothing. So, Deanna, within the first week of the fit and the hydrated, those were the first ones I started with, the lean, the fit, and the hydrated, those three. That's what I started. And when in a few days, I just started feeling really, really good. And I started on November 4th. I'm a runner, did a race, hobble the gobble for hobble then gobble race. I've done it for
Love it.
years.
Uh-huh.
And guess what? I've gotten older and I did my best time in that race. And I started looking, what have you changed? I have changed nothing but adding the peptides. And it's only gotten better. I've been taking them, for over a year now, or enjoying them.
Yeah.
I don't want to say taking because it's
Right.
drinking them.
Exactly. Yeah, and so let's talk about, so how do you start your day with them? I know you're
Yeah.
like me. We pretty much do the same thing. So let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
let's do, because everybody has a different schedule. So for me, I start out with 2 lean capsules. I take these upon awakening, and I'm drinking my lemon water, unloading the dishwasher, letting the dog out, that kind of thing. Drink that with water on an empty stomach. 2
Right.
lean. And so the lean will burn visceral fat and curb your appetite. Those are the 2 big things that I've noticed personally. Is
That's what I was
that
going to ask you. Have you noticed it personally?
personally, it's just taking the food noise away. I don't crave a sweet after meals. It just is like, nah, I'm a big cake eater. I can be somewhere and having a celebration, there'll be cake. And it's kind of like, no, thank you. I wouldn't care for cake. So,
I know
so
that
that's
is
the lean.
unusual for both of us, right?
That we both love cake.
Yeah.
So that's the
And that's
lean.
not to say we don't ever eat cake, y'all. We
Oh,
still eat
no.
cake some.
We still eat cake. I do not deprive myself of
Yeah.
eating foods, of anything for enjoyment. I love food. And you know what, Deanna, that's the one thing I love about the lean is it doesn't cause you to, you still want to eat. Nutrition's
Right.
important,
It's
but
so
you're not
important.
going to lose muscle.
Yep.
So our studies show if you're taking lean, you will consume about 600 calories, less calories a day. So
Right.
you're still getting your nutrition. You
Yep.
still want food. It's just kind of. So I compare that to friends of mine that are taking, that are more aggressive doing the shots, and they're only eating 1 meal a day. They're losing muscle mass. They don't enjoy food. And to me, food is life. Food is fun. Food should be
Right.
enjoyable.
Well, and let's be honest, we've talked about food. Food is where we get our nutrients. We've got to
Right.
have energy so that we do feel our best. And if you're not fueling your body with the right energy, you can't build muscle. You can't do the workouts that we do. You can't, I couldn't go play with Marlo and do all the things that I do if I didn't eat and eat good foods. And I think that's one of the things that people have to understand. This isn't a magic pill by any stretch of the imagination. There isn't a magic pill out there. You've got to be doing the basics first.
Right.
And then
You still got to
this,
put the work in, or you're just
Exactly.
putting a Band-Aid over something and it's not sustainable.
exactly.
But so if you're not eating your recommended, if you're working out and you're not eating protein, what's happening to your muscle? Shrinks.
Yeah, you may lose weight, but guess what? Your clothes may not still fit well because you may be gaining fat and losing muscle and, all the things. So
Right.
that's not what you want.
So then I'm going to make this quick because I think you do the same thing.
Yeah.
Then I will mix a fit. This is a citrus flavored drink. I mix it in my water bottle. A lot of times I mix it with my hydrated, which is an electrolyte. I'll mix those 2 together and I'll drink those on the way to the gym. I will drink it during my workout and finish the last sip on the way home. That's
Yep.
my routine.
Yep. Me
Because
too.
I try to get that fit in before 1 or 2 in the afternoon because it has caffeine in it.
Yep. And what has fit done for you?
Fit is game changer. Fit is the number one peptide within Make Wellness. And when I was in Dallas at the meeting, across the board, what's your favorite peptide? I asked. Fit. Fit is the number one seller. And, Deanna, Make Wellness did $100 million in 11 months.
Isn't that crazy?
Is
And
that
no
crazy?
other companies. I mean, you got to, this is compared to like Lululemon, all these other companies that are big companies, that it just goes to show you how needed something like this is, right?
Right.
And it wouldn't keep doing the volume if it didn't work. I mean,
So
that's
this is
the whole
what Fit
thing.
has done
Yeah.
for me. I have to brag on Fit. It is my favorite. If I had to pick of all the peptides, which one, you can only have one, Melanie, it would be the Fit.
Yeah, me too.
So
I
the
feel the
Fit
same.
is for this is what I've noticed. So I track all my workouts and my benchmarks, my bench presses, my deadlifts. It's just something I just like to keep up with to see if I'm increasing my weight. Across the board, I'm lifting more weight, my bench presses and my deadlifts. Or just across the board, I've gone up on my weights. I have also, so that's what it does. It increases your strength and your endurance during your workouts because it's building your muscle and it helps you retain your muscle. And then it gets you back in the gym between workouts because it's fighting inflammation between workouts.
Yeah.
So what have you seen with Fit?
It's to me, I do bar workouts and I do Pilates, Legree method Pilates. So what I've noticed is that I am stronger. I don't measure by anything. I just feel stronger. And when I look in the mirror, because I'm always in front of a mirror when I'm at those classes, I can see the definition in my muscles more than I've ever been able to at age 60. And I will say, I also have this body analyzer scale that I use, and it has shown that I have either held, I'm always measuring it. I only get on it maybe once a week or once every other week. And I'm looking for trends, like if my fat's going down or my muscle's going up or whatever. And I'm trending toward holding on to my muscle and lowering my fat, which
Love it.
it has been years since that's happening. I've been doing these body analyzer scans for years, and I was especially when I was in perimenopause, all I could see was I was losing muscle and gaining fat. And now that is not happening. Again, it's not a magic pill, and again, we have to do the work. So I don't think it would work as well if I wasn't working out, but I even do take it even when I'm not working out, because it
Same.
is still important. It goes back
Right.
to consistency. And I know that there was a podcast that the chemist did on how important it is to be consistent with these peptides as well.
Very important. If you decide to do the peptide route, you do need to consume them daily for them to work. It's not I'll take one this week. I'll drink a drink this week. Maybe I'll get around to drinking it in a couple of days. It's every day for them to work.
And it's funny because we were with a friend of ours who started taking them and then ran out, and she just forgot about it. And for a week, she just didn't have the energy. She working out still, doing all the things. And we were like, are you taking your Fit? And she was like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm missing. And it does. You can feel the difference.
You can feel the difference. There's a big difference in them and with and without it. If you're a walker, you're going to have more pep in your step. It's not, you don't have to, whatever you're doing, you're just going to feel more energized while you're doing it because there's 54% increase in strength. And it's just, that's what our studies show. And so I've seen that and felt that personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then you take the lean, the fit, and the hydrate. So the lean and the fit are the bioactive peptides. The hydrate is a supplement, electrolyte,
Right.
which I love the taste. And I drink mostly the grapefruit flavor. Which one do you drink?
I'm drinking the tropical. I love both. I do
I do
to
like the
mix.
tropical tail.
Yeah, The funny thing is, I'll probably drink if it's a day when I'm playing pickleball or sweating a lot. I will drink up to three. I like to mix the grapefruit with the citrus flavor, and then I like to drink the tropical alone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And you
but
taught
I
me
love
about mixing them, and it makes them taste so yummy. I mean, it's like something I look forward to.
right.
Like,
And Deanna, explain to to our followers what an electrolyte, what are the benefits, so they'll know, because a lot of people aren't drinking electrolytes, and they should be.
I know I didn't for years, and I'll tell you, you're probably better at explaining that than I am. All I know is it helps you hydrate a lot better than we normally would if you were just drinking straight water. And
Right.
you and I have been doing electrolytes for a long time, but the one that we were using, which we loved for a while until we found Hydrated, they started putting something in it that, because you're much more detail oriented, much more knowledgeable about all
Well,
that.
they added maltodextrin to their electrolytes, and that particular additive raises my insulin. I track that with
Yeah.
my lumen. Do you have a lumen?
I don't
And
have a
and
lemon.
it does for a lot of people, and so I just didn't want to
Yeah.
drink it anymore.
Yeah. 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 And so electrolytes are important. Years ago, Jeff would go play tennis and he would just drink water. A lot of people think of electrolytes as like Gatorade and stuff like that, but there's a lot of junk. And so now we know there's a lot more, you'll see a lot more things on electrolytes, but you have to look at the ingredients because there's a lot of sugar in some. And so it's really important to find the right electrolyte.
Water alone will not penetrate to the cellular level like an electrolyte will do. Those electrolytes just open up those pathways and get us nice and hydrated. Therefore, our recovery is so much better after a workout. Energy improves. Have you ever left a workout where you feel so fatigued and tired and you're drained?
When I played tennis back in the day, when I was playing singles and doubles, afterwards, I would feel wiped out and I had no idea. And probably
Right.
I was dehydrated.
Because for the longest time, I heard about, you should drink Gatorade, but I would never drink Gatorade.
Yeah,
That was
me
full
either.
of sugar. Well, so that's why I avoided them. And then when
Yeah.
I did start drinking electrolytes, now I feel that energy, because I drink it during the workout and afterwards, I feel revived.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I
so,
agree totally. Okay. So let's move on.
okay.
So what's up next for you? There's two more that we might do during the day. Focus and energized, which actually I took earlier today because I did a podcast earlier today too. So I want to be focused and energized. I don't take those on a consistent basis. I take those as needed, as I need focus and as I need more energy. What about you?
I'm the same way. Those are not a daily for me. It's, if I have an important day or I need to get some things done, I will take those two together. Also, if it's an afternoon of pickleball or mahjong, or
Right, yeah.
I've got an important meeting, or I need to stay focused in a task, those two together work very well. And many, many, many of my clients who suffer from ADHD have replaced that medication by taking these two.
Wow. That's
So they
pretty
really,
impressive.
really
Yeah.
work together. They could be separate. Like if you are some people that drink energy drinks, we know how harmful those are.
Awful. Yeah.
Awful. You would replace that with the
Yeah.
peptide
Even
energized.
coffee in the afternoon,
Yes.
if you are, or that crash, like as we've gone through menopause and everything, we kind of have that afternoon crash and everything. This is a good thing to replace instead of that nap or instead of that. I mean, a power nap's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but instead of that coffee, going to pick up some coffee because that will
Right.
interfere with your sleep for sure.
Right. Energized also supports our adrenal glands, and it also increases serotonin and dopamine levels. So,
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that, Melanie. Okay.
so that's the peptide coming
Yeah.
into play. Yeah.
Okay, and next up is our sleep stuff. So, what do you do at night?
Love.
No.
Okay. So we have Calm, which is this packet. You know what? I'm going to take one right now.
Take right
Kind
now.
of shady.
I love it because it's like a pixie stick.
Yeah, it's a little pixie stick, and this has L-theanine, GABA. What's the other
Ashwagandha.
ashwagandha in it? All natural. And it's a pixie stick. You just,
So good, isn't it?
it's so
So
good.
good. Yeah.
And it melts. So that I would take if I've got stress going on. A lot of times I'll take it if it's been a stressful day and I'm having a hard time winding down at night. I will take one about an hour before I go to bed.
Yeah.
But those can be taken anytime during the
Right.
day and
Some
will
people
not
take them
cause.
in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it really depends. And you can take more than one a day, but I usually take one a day. But we're going to talk about this next peptide that is called Restored. We only got that one since this past November. So before that, I took Calm every single night. And that really helped my sleep, because one of the biggest things for me has been sleep. Is really perimenopause, menopause really did a number on me with sleep. And so Calm helped me tremendously. And then Restore, which was just released in November, has been a game changer with sleep. Don't you agree?
Game changer for that good, deep, restorative sleep.
Yeah.
The best, I say fit's number one, but it may
I
be,
know.
it's a close tie with
I
Restore.
know. Because if you're not sleeping well, there's no way you're going to be able to build the muscle and all the stuff, right? So we know that sleep is the foundation of our health. And if we don't have sleep, one of the things that I notice, because, I've had my Aura ring for years. And so I have been measuring my sleep probably too long. I probably need to, I did take a quick break from it, but with the deep sleep, I remember I would get so frustrated because I'd be like, I didn't get enough deep sleep. I didn't score well there. And now I score great with my deep sleep. The last few nights that, and my sleep goes up and down just like always. But I will say I've never had scores in the 90s before until I started with Restore.
Blown away, blown away. I still wake up in the middle of the night
Yeah.
to go to the bathroom one or two times, but I'm right back in the bed and I'm going to sleep. And what I've noticed is I wake up before my alarm goes off, ready to take on the day, more productive during the day. I'm not wanting a nap. In the past, I can't tell you how long of my life I wanted a nap. You know that about me before this. You
I
know
do.
that about me.
I know. It's so funny to me because I'd be like in the middle of the day talk to you.
A
You'd be,
20
it's
minute
nap time
nap.
for me. I'm like,
Yeah, I always wanted the 20-minute reset.
yeah.
Guess what?
No
I
more.
don't require that anymore. So those two things, it lowers your cortisol. So when it was first launched, one of the people that started taking it in the study lost 10 pounds within the first couple of months just by taking Restored because her cortisol was lowered. Because, cortisol, you can hang on to belly fat if you've got
Oh,
high cortisol.
that is one of the things when I was coaching, and when you and I were coaching together too, that the first thing we would ask somebody is, how's your sleep? And if your
Yes.
sleep isn't good, then let's just be honest. You're not going to be able to lose the weight. You're not going to be able to feel your best. You're not going to have the energy you want. You will have brain fog. You will have all these things because your body hasn't had that time to clear everything out. And that's why sleep is the foundation of our health. So,
No, it's crazy to me that it helps the brain detox.
yeah,
Alan
I
Jones,
know.
on the podcast, they talk about it just takes all the garbage out
Yeah. Well, and
at
you
night.
know that you did some health coaching in about sleep. Didn't you
Yes,
get your
yes,
certification in
yes,
sleep?
yes, I
And they
did.
talk all about that and how important that is. I mean, I don't think people understand the importance of sleep and overall health, and that's why, as we hit perimenopause and menopause and we struggle with the sleep, because sometimes for me that was the first thing that I really struggled with. Until you can get that right, you will have a hard time with the rest of your health journey. So,
And we may want to mention with all of these peptides, especially with this Restored, you must take it every single night. And
consistency.
everybody's going to have a different response time. I've had clients, they say it took them 4 days to get into the system and start working, or maybe 5 days. Every body is different, but you've got to take it every single day. And you'll want to start with one capsule, 1 hour to 30 minutes before bed. Do you take yours
Yep.
30 minutes
About
before
30
bed?
minutes before bed. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you kind of need to play around with if you take magnesium at night or not. And, it's just kind of everybody's a little bit different. And it goes back again that we are all a little different. And so our bodies respond a little bit differently. I know some people will take 2. I tried taking 2. I didn't really like taking 2. I didn't need to take 2. But I know somebody else that does take 2 every night, and it works perfect for her.
And one huge thing that I love, it's not a sedative.
Oh, yeah. No.
And this is the first of its class that is unique to Make Wellness. So this Restored has been amazing for so many people.
Yeah, it's not like melatonin. Some people can't take melatonin and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, so you should, again, before you do anything, you need to check with your doctor, especially if you've got underlying health. So, and we are not doctors, so we do not claim anything here. We're just telling you our experience.
We're telling you how this personally worked with us.
Yes, exactly. Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up because, I like these episodes short and sweet. We just wanted to come on here just to share with you our experience and our love for our bioactive peptides. If you're following us on social media, we have our links in our bios, so you can grab it there. If you're a new customer, you can get $10 off too, which is even better. Right. But we'll put the links all in the show notes here too. I don't know, is there anything else we need to add before we leave? I mean, the biggest thing I can think of is wellness isn't about doing just everything right. We can do everything right and still be missing something. And that's where the peptides, to me, really these bioactive peptides really have been a game changer. You can be doing it all right and still not getting the results you want. And you might need to add something.
And I'll just say, I went from feeling good to feeling great. Amazing.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Who doesn't want to feel their best? And look,
exactly.
Just think about replacing a sweet tea or replacing what you would normally drink with a hydrated or a fit. It's just not that hard, and it's sustainable. It's so easy.
And I think that's the biggest thing, right, is that it is sustainable. It is easy. And, why not? Why not try it? Well, Melanie, thank you so much for joining me today. And
thank you for inviting me, Deanna.
I love. And if you guys are not following Melanie, be sure and click on the link in the show notes. We'll have her Instagram, that's Mel's Healthy Meals. And you have a website and all the things. So
thank you, friend. Thank you so much for having me. It was fun talking about peptides.
Always. Thanks for being here, friend. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and keep choosing what makes you feel well and worthy.